Welcome to this week's video cast. We're going to have a lot of fun today talking about the Pee Wee AA remaining seeds that are heading off towards regionals in a couple of weeks. We're going to predict the remaining 18 teams that are going to make it. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about our two sponsors. One that's been with us for a while now, Walser. They have some great specials on our site in the upper right-hand corner of the site. Check those out, including specials on new cars, used cars, and of course the $13.95 oil change. You can get all those on our site whenever you look at the upper right-hand corner. Got a new site that I want to promote, a new product for us to promote. It's the Dynamo product. It's a local company, formerly Schroeder Milk. They've packaged and put together a product called Dynamo, which is a great thing for your kids when they're training, especially in the off season, but even during season when they go through a hard workout, an hour-long practice, hour and a half practice, they need to recover. Their body needs to recover, refuel. Dynamo is a great product. We got 2 cases when I went over and met with them. I brought them home. Within 3 days, my 2 cases were exhumed by my 3 children. So check it out. It tastes pretty good. It's shelf stable, so you can keep it in the pantry and then put it in the fridge on an as-needed basis. So check out Dynamo, check out Walser. We'd really appreciate it if you support our sponsors. Let's get right to the Pee Wee AA seeds. We got 18 to go. 14 have already locked in. I'll get to the 14 locked ones as we move down the line. District 2 Pee Wee AA, we're going to go with White Bear Lake as the #1 seed, followed by Stillwater and Roseville. I think you could probably go back 15 years and it's going to be these 3 associations. These are the old stalwarts of District 2. Wayzata and Ossie Maple Grove are already locked in. District 4 has no seeds. They have no AA teams this year fielded. Let's go to District 5. We have St. Michael Albertville will be the #1. Followed by St. Cloud, another really strong team, another great team. This is a really underrated district. These 3 teams could all potentially make it to state. They all have really good, well-coached teams. Look for one of those teams to probably, or 2, sneak into the state tournament down in that south region. Edina and Eden Prairie are already locked in for seeds based on their district record in the regular season. Look for Prior Lake and Minnetonka to be seeds number 3 and 4, or the 3rd and 4th teams. The district tournament may separate those. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go to District 8. I look for Lakeville South, Lakeville North, Eastview, with their first seed ever to a regional. That would be a good experience for those kids to have that legacy. Number 4, we're going to go with Hastings, followed by Woodbury. They will edge out Rosemount or Egan, depending on how those 2 games shake out. Let's go up to District 9. Rochester is the only participant from District 9. They advance. Let's get to District 10. We have Centennial, Elk River, Blaine, who's playing very well lately, followed by Andover, and finally Irondale St. Francis will be the 5th seed out of District 10. Duluth East and Hermantown and Cloquet should find themselves in that order coming out of District 11 through their regular season standings. Grand Rapids and Hibbing, followed by Brainerd out of District 12. District 15, Brainerd is the #1 seed. Moorhead is the #2 seed based on head-to-head competition. And of course in District 16 the same. Bemidji is the #1 seed and Roseau is the #2 seed. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, this tournament, the District 6 tournament, is a little weird. So is the District 8 tournament. Lots of different scenarios could play out as far as what seeds go where. For example, in District 6, the #4 seed goes to the South region, which is actually played in St. Cloud, which is really sounds kind of weird. That #4 seed, a lot of people are saying there may be a game thrown or 2. There could be a game thrown or 2 here in District 8. There could be a game thrown here in District 10. I think when push comes to shove, no games are going to be thrown, no forfeits are going to be submitted. Teams will play this thing out. Coaches will are bound to a higher ethical standard. Those games will happen. They will be great games regardless. So it should be a fun tournament. Those are your 32. I'm guessing I'll be right on 29 of them. I could be wrong on just a few. I got a couple thumbs downs this week. Haven't had a thumbs down in a long time, which is a good thing. The first thumbs down goes to the Fargo committee up in Fargo for the Fargo Squared A International Tournament. They swung and missed on a few different teams. I published it last Friday night. The one that was the most puzzling was Chaska Chanhassen. We think they're the 7 seed because we think that number 2 seed is Osseo Maple Grove. They'll meet each other in the final 8 if they all play out, when they really should probably be meeting in the final 4. Chaska's probably the 3rd or 4th best team up in Fargo, and they got a really tough seed. So thumbs down to them. Let's get to the Farmington High School goalie. I think if you haven't seen the video, you could go into our message board. I have a link to the message board. Enough said to that guy. That's a bad situation. When any goalie tries to call it upon himself, is making it more important about himself than anything else. Finally, a thumbs down to any dad who sends in a Player of the Year nomination for his child. If your child is good enough to make it, other people will nominate you, or other people will make YHH aware of it. The dad does not need to submit it. So thumbs down to that dad who sent that in. Finally, it's a good segue into our U10A, our Player of the Year finalists. Our U10A finalists have been selected, and we will be writing an article this weekend and sending it out, publishing or posting it sometime Monday or Tuesday of next week. So all of you U10A top players out there that we've come out to watch, we have pictures of those players and some good bios on some of those players. It should be a great article and should be a fun season, knocking out all of these different Player of the Year people. So look forward to seeing you guys at the rink. Should be a great weekend in district play at all levels, not just the Pee Wee A, but at Pee Wee B and U12A and Bantam A and Bantam AA, Bantam Bs. All of those levels are getting start this weekend. We look forward to covering it all at YHH. Have a good week. See ya.